One of the great things about IHRA drag racing is the night of fire. Now, it rained here, so we couldn't do it, but we do have the show here. We've got jet cars. There's Bob Moats. We've got 200-mile-an-hour jet semi-trucks. We've got wheel-standing school buses. Oh, nice driver. And we've got a wheel-standing fire truck as well. It's great to watch it on speed, but you gotta come out to a race and see this live.
Stage and Steve always adds a little bit of color to this, and Bob Moats, well, he's just phenomenal. If you've never seen Bob Moats in that jet-powered Kenworth, you gotta come
to me,
out.
baby. Come to me.
Steve also out there putting on a good show.
That nitro
I'll tell you what,
dance.
he's a braver man than I am. I'd never stand in front of that jet car and do that. I don't know if I'd do that, period, to be honest with you.
Hey, there he is. That guy works harder than anybody in show business. He's 24/7. He wakes up at 5:30 in the morning, and he goes, baby, 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 we're going drag racing.
Hats off to him. I'll never see that, I promise you, because I'm never up that early. Hey, take a look at that gorgeous red, white, and blue machine owned by Kent Farrell, and there's our #1 qualifier. It's a Stott, but it's not Mitch. It's his brother Quayne Stott. This should be a great battle here. The Lee Boy Paving-sponsored 63 split-window Corvette, as we have a pair of them, Gene Fulton power inside of Kent's car.
For those of you keeping track, we've got 5 nitrous machines, 3 blower cars left.
Look at Farrell carry that front end, gets over by the center line, and then steers it back to the right, going towards the wall. But it looks like it's going to be the #1 qualifier. Quayne Stott will move on in to round number 2, 6:29, 228 miles an hour. Real nice pass considering the condition of the air, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 92% humidity right now. Like I said, it's very, very thick. The nitrous cars are doing well here because of that, but that Stott supercharger is very potent.
And if Quayne's going to get to the finals, he'll have to take on another nitrous car because they're lined up alongside of him. Let's go to the top with Kathy and Quayne.
Congratulations, Quayne. You're starting off a pretty good weekend. #1 qualifier and going on to the next round with a 6:29.
Yeah, we're happy because we've been struggling over here in IHRA for some reason. This is the last 2 races. I hadn't got our first round. We've qualified good. And so the points battle's kind of slipped away, but this will give us maybe we can make up some ground because little brother's leading it right now, and I think he's got 6 rounds on me because of the problems we've been having. But it looks like maybe we got this deal worked out, so we should be all right.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Of course, he didn't mention the guy that's been beating him in first round as his partner, his teammate Paul Athey.
His teammate Paul, yeah, that's only Quayne's 2nd round win of the year, so hopefully better things are coming for that Lee Boy team.
As we can see, take a look at the points here. That will certainly change as Al Billis did not qualify, so he will not remain up there at the top part of the points field. Quayne Stott has moved on into the semifinals. When I told you he'd have to race a nitrous car, and that would be Shannon Jenkins or Mike Castellana. Once again, teammates will find out who wins that race.
Yeah, the good news is they both qualified. The bad news is they got to race each other, but it's nice to see those cars running, and the Iceman, the 3-time IHRA Pro Mod champion, doing very, very well.
Yeah, no question about it. Very, very tough. And inside of his winning championship car from 2002 will be the team manager, Mike Castellano, who comes out of New York. Super, super guy. Very soft-spoken, very quiet, as is Shannon Jenkins. But Shannon, and matter of fact, at Englishtown, which is where Mike Castellano spent a lot of his time grooming his game, if you will, he was also known as the Iceman with ice water running through his veins. So both of those guys very calm at the starting line. Here we go, a pair of 69 Camaros and a red light right off the bat. Castellana knew he'd have to take a shot at him, and that's exactly what he did. Unfortunately, he came up a little bit short there as he left too quickly with a .372 light. Of course, .400 is perfect.
But Jenkins is keeping up with the supercharged cars, a 6.278. Looking good for him.
There is no question that when it comes to nitrous, Shannon Jenkins is the man, but the quickest nitrous car in the country was the man sitting beside him, Mike Castellana. Both of those cars are phenomenal. Let's go to the top with Kathy, who's with the Iceman, Mr. Shannon Jenkins. Kathy?
Nice to see you down here, Shannon. Doing pretty good this weekend.
Well, I tell you, it's been a while. We've been struggling a little bit, and the blower's running awful good, and it's a shame to have to run one of your teammates, but qualifying how you run on Sunday, so that's the way it works.
6:27 with the 8. That's pretty good with the air that we have.
Well, yeah, we'll take it. We're running good. We got an strong competitor next round in Quayne, and we'll give him all we got.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
There's no question about that. He will bring his A game with that brand new car of his. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, and we will continue on with round number 2 of Pro Mod. Don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Virginia Motorsports Park in Richmond, Virginia, where the Hooters girls are here and keeping the crowd entertained in between rounds, and we've got the next pair ready to go.
We've got Pat Moore versus Mike Janis, a rejuvenated Mike Janis after his performance up at Grand Bend, where he went to the final losing to Al Billis. He's quite intense, and he wants to get back into the championship hunt that he won in 2001.
This is what Pro Mod is known for, the beautiful, very colorful cars. And take a look at that gorgeous 1957 Chevrolet driven by Pat Moore. Just a fabulous-looking machine. Had a 427 light in round number 1, ran 634 to beat Steve Vick in his nitrous car. So once again, we'll have blower versus nitrous. Charlie Buck power plant side of this one.
Let's listen to Pro Modified at its best.
Oh, boy, you can see the great hole shot right there for Pat Moore. 86 thousandths head start right off the bat over Janis. Can he hang on? And he does it. He wins on a hole shot, 630 to a 623. That's got to hurt.
Well, Moore jammed Janis, and the thing is that Janis just reset the low ET of the weekend, but he got beat on that hole shot by Moore, who just blew him away.
Boy, that start definitely saved the day for him as he beats him on a hole shot. Margin of victory here, 22 thousandths of a second. Looks exactly like that. So very, very close. Hey, we spoke to Harold Martin, who's on the cutting edge of technology with Pro Mod, and he compared some of the Pro Mod cars to some other race cars across the country.
Team AC Delco, different types of GM production vehicles and different types of auto racing. With the NASCAR Busch Series car and with Harold Martin's 2003 Pontiac Grand Am Pro Mod car. There are some similarities in the cars. They're both based on GM production vehicles, but lots of differences as well. Where you're going to find the NASCAR Busch Series car a little more similar to what you may drive at home, nothing like Harold Martin's Pro Mod vehicle. Harold, there are some similarities, but big differences, and it starts with the engines.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, both cars carry the AC Delco banner, and we both carry GM power points to start with. But after that, our program goes much further. Our program actually has a 2,300 horsepower electronic and fuel-injected engine. And we really had a great pleasure in being able to take the leadership and kind of pioneer a new direction in designing the first electronic fuel injection engine to be used in Pro Modified, and kind of set some tempo and direction for the rest of the motorsport community to look at.
Well, and that's something that you must be very proud of, Harold. Of course, you are a former engineer from GM. You have 10 worldwide patents. You run 3 different businesses that all have to do with high performance. Now, tell us a little bit about the electronic fuel injection and the only one in Pro Mod.
Well, yes. As we look back and looked at where many of the great cars, much like this Busch car, that car has a very good carburetor program. And while carburetors are good, they're very limited in terms of what you can do. We wanted to go to the next level, and the next level truly starts with having a computerized electronic control. So to that extent, we used a clean sheet of paper. Many of the notes that I had back as an engineer designing some of General Motors' best engine programs, and capitalized on designing and developing a new level of technology and a new level of performance.
Well, and along with that, electronic fuel injection is something that we have in all of our vehicles today, along with a lot of AC Delco parts, and you have a lot of those in your car, too.
Well, that's the thing that makes this so special, is the synergy, not only from what I know from my previous experience as an engineer at General Motors, but the synergy of parts that can be used in production cars. The same parts that you can go to an auto parts store and purchase are the same parts that are on my car. What you have at home has way more performance than you even realize.
Harold Martin, just a super guy, and he's really been working with the fuel injection for years and years, going back to the 90s. He was the first one to bring it out there, and people were really paying attention to him, wondering if he was going to have a unfair advantage, if you will. It's taken a little while, but now there's no question about it. Fuel injection is deeply embedded in the ranks of this class.
Harold's got a tough act to follow here. Mitch Stott, he was mad he didn't win in Canada. He wants revenge. He wants it now.
Up on the chip, we get after it right off the bat. It's Harold Martin who gets the hole shot. Is it going to be enough? Oh, yeah, and he just squeezes by. Mitch Stott gets the win by 6 thousandths of a second. Close race, Jim.
A little too much Mitch, a little too much Jimmy Rector at the top end. He drove by him at about 1,000 feet, and it was over.
They were identical at half track. Mitch was 17 thousandths quicker at the stripe and wins it by 6 thousandths of a second, or just 2 feet. Let's go to the top end where Kathy has our winner, Mitch Stott.
624 to his 626. That's the way we like it, Mitch.
Oh, it is. We had a 28 first round, and I'm talking to the boys, Chavez and Rector and Word. I said, look, you know, the nitrous cars, you know, they running today, and I don't think there's no way I'm going to beat him on the tree. So we got to have some power in this thing. And quite frankly, I think the weather done us a favor. It rained, it cooled things down a little bit, and gave us just enough to take this thing and one more round on them points, Lee.
He didn't have much on you on the tree. He had a little bit, so it must have been awfully close at the top end.
You know, Harold is a tough racer, ain't no doubt about it, and I'm looking at him all the way. You know, that blue fender and AC Delco hanging out over there, I'm thinking about buying me some of them parts because that's all he got good advertisement towards me. That's all I could see all the way down the racetrack was AC Delco. But no, Team Radiac, we here, we tough. We're going to be there on the next one. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mitch is a little bit worried about the nitrous cars because the air, again, it's thick. It could cause problems.
No question. Hey, when we come back, it's going to be exciting. Why? Because we're going to line up side by side 7,500 horsepower, top fuel.